Hello, Bob. Good evening.
Good evening, Akshay.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. Uh, Please turn on your videos if possible.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, Akshay.
Good evening. Just to give you a brief about this cohort. So as you know, we had done a design change. So all the founders are now part of the phase one program, which we are calling it the pre-incubation. They have gone through 5 to 6 online modules covering concepts like problem solution fit, uh, ideal customer personas, jobs to be done, and now value proposition canvas as well. Uh, so we had done a previous connect with Vinod, our mentor as well. He had covered concepts about the ideal customer personas. We wanted this session to focus on the value proposition canvas. So all of them have already their value proposition canvas and jobs to be done, everything. We have already informed them to be ready with it. We can take names and directly one by one ask people to share their canvas, and then you can provide your feedback. Last half an hour, we can open it to everyone for the questions.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Before starting, I'll again request everyone to turn on your videos. I'll start taking the name of the founders, the list that I had shared earlier. Those who got the chance to present it in the last Mentor Connect, I'll request to give chance to someone else. If we have additional time, we'll probably get back to you. Uh, so wait, Chavi, uh, did you present it last time?
Yes, sir. I had a chance to.
Okay. Is Arjun Veer here? No. Nikhil. Nikhil is also not here.
So maybe yes, sir, we got the chance.
Okay. We have Vivek Mudiraj. No. Nisak.
Yeah,
Wait.
sir, I'm here.
Did you get a
Service here,
chance to
sir.
present last time?
No, sir.
Then you can probably go ahead.
Okay. I hope my screen is visible.
Just a minute. Yeah, now this is okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
this is my value proposition canvas,
Mhm.
right? And these are the benefits. Our main benefits are like reducing verification time. So what we build is like a corrective context engine, right? Which can give you answers on which you can actually trust upon, right? So we are building intelligence along with a trust factor. So it reduces the verification time, it prevents hallucination before the output is shown, preserve full semantic context across the resources, and eliminates need for repeated cross-checkings.
Okay, I mean, the first thing that you need to always tell anybody is about who are you really pitching it to, right? When you say a customer, we have different people who come to our mind, right? Even I am a customer in some sense, if I'm using an AI tool. So will it be applicable to me? Will it be applicable to somebody in a B2B context? In a B2B context, is it a customer service agent for whom this will be useful? I mean, your chatbot systems, or will it be for somebody who is an executive assistant to the director in the company? For whom is this going to be useful for? Is one of the first things that you need to tell me, Nisarg.
Yeah, so for this, our ideal customer is from the tech industry, the professors, the students, the researchers. I'm also a researcher. While doing my research, I face this problem. So yeah, our main target is tech industry as of now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, why do you think it is going to be? I mean, I'm gonna make it like a conversation so that it helps everybody kind of go through the same flow. Okay. Why do you think it is an edtech industry?
Yes, because see, there are multiple industries, right? And everyone is using AI. But edtech industry and legal tech industry, these are the two, as of now, two industries which can't afford hallucinations, right? Which can't afford hallucinations. Because in research, if you tell about the hallucinations, if one pointer or one citation goes wrong, it can cost you multiple things, right? And same goes off with the legal tech field. There have been multiple cases where judges have passed this statement, even even like they have not checked the whole what is the whole fundamental
I
what
mean,
the
see, there
yeah.
are, I mean, let me just come back and argue on the other side just to kind of give a devil's advocate perspective on what you're trying to use as a fundamental assumption, right? So, if I say it is a law, right, the entire system is about interpretation, right? Even if I go by saying what is the definition of an industry, every 20 years there has been a flip flop. Okay.
Correct.
If you look at that historical significance of how rulings have changed in favor of whom, and therefore the definition of industry itself, at some point it is against the capitalist, at some other point it is pro the capitalist, right? So this is a function of a lot of things which are happening around. Now that you said that you are a researcher, you would have seen that the paradigm itself is a function of the time that you're working in, right? The Kunz argument. So we are all working in the sense of a paradigm. So there is nothing like an absolute truth and an absolute false in this world, right? Now coming to the research dimension that you said as a researcher in, let us say, any field. Now, if somebody is relying on just a machine to get the citations, that's surprising. Because you're supposed to be a researcher, man. You should be an authority on that subject. And if you want to claim that, yeah, there is an AI tool which is going to give me the citations.
Yeah, that was just one of the examples I took.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Right.
saying.
Yeah.
Go back and tell
Yeah.
me an accurate example.
Yeah, so like accurate example could be like one of the things. Like in the last few days, I interact with one of our dean, which is
Okay,
the research dean of our college, right?
just for the clarity of
Hmm.
everybody. Okay, this is not to say that any idea is bad or good. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
only
definitely.
pushing people to the side so that they can really come back with something that is
Correct.
sharp.
Yeah. Yeah, so within last few days, I interacted with the research dean of my college, right, Dr. Hidaya Kumar Tripathi. I have also mentioned him in the assignment also that he actually liked this product because whenever he used any of the AI like ChatGPT, Gemini, or any of the things, he wasted a lot of time in cross-checking the facts, right? The hallucinations, the context overload. He want the answer to be in one or two lines, but the context overload is so high and it was so unnecessary that
Okay. Now
yeah,
just look at
yeah.
what you're trying to tell me, right? There is a specific element that he's really thinking about, right? When you think about it, he's saying, look, after I have done my search,
Correct.
right? So if you don't appear at that point in time, then you are not there in his
Correct.
criteria to be considered, right? So let me just share, just if you could remove the sharing and just share a small video for you
Just a
people,
second.
and then I will
Yeah, I have stopped it. Yeah.
Yeah, just a minute, huh? I'll kind of pull this thing out. Okay. Oh, sorry. I kind of shared it without the audio. Okay. So I was looking at what does a definition of a startup mean, and that's where I kind of came back to this element of having to understand or define what a value is. Okay. I'll play it. Just let me know if it is audible.
Imagine this.
It's fine? Audio is fine?
Yes, when you wake up tomorrow and you would be a rhino, your first concern would be to eat and drink something. And imagine this. When you wake up tomorrow and you would be a rhino, your first concern would be to eat and drink something. And no problem there. You're good at that. You will find your food and your water. But there's a problem with your safety. And that is because nature made a mistake. Nature made the assumption that a rhino would have no natural enemies. Because when a lion bumps into the rhino, the lion thinks, no, we're not going to do that. Where are the zebras, is what the lion thinks. So nature was like, okay, they're good, no natural enemies. So because of that, the rhino didn't get all the premium safety features. Like a rhino doesn't have the best eyesight, the rhino doesn't have the best smelling capabilities. And unfortunately, because of that, a rhino is an easy victim for poachers, which is really, really sad. But there's good news. The rhino has a partner in life. These birds, they are called the oxpeckers. The oxpecker on the back of the rhino. And these birds don't just eat the parasite from the back of the rhino, they also function as an alarm system. Because these birds have great eyesight, and they can spot humans from a far distance. And when they see humans, they make a different sound. And the rhino recognizes the sound. And then the rhino knows, oh my God, there are humans coming, I have to run. That's the oxpecker on the back of the rhino. That's partner in life. That's what your customer expects from you. This is what it means. It means you're always around, but you are not intrusive, and you bring value at the exact right moment. This is partner in life. This is what your customers want from you. Always around, bring value, not intrusive, at the right moment. Now I see a few people taking pictures of this slide, which is very smart. I am speaker number 1. I saw the entire program. By the time that the Apple guy comes, you will have totally forgotten me. And then the day after, you go back to the office and they say, how was it? And you're going to talk, and they said, but how was the first speaker? And you say, yeah, the first speaker, Steven, that guy from Belgium. What did he talk about? And then you will have to think really deep. And you will say, I remember, he talked about a bird and a rhino. And your colleagues will say, I thought it was a leadership conference. Yeah, but there was a message. Well, what was the message? And then you will think deep, very deep, and you will say, I remember now. I remember. Stephen told us that we have to be always around. That was it. Now, this would be a very dangerous strategy for your company. I strongly disrecommend you to follow this. Because if you only do this, you will not be the oxpecker on the back of the rhino. You will be the fly on the back of the cow. Which is a bad idea. Let me be very clear about that. Because then you're indeed always around, but you're very intrusive and you don't bring any value whatsoever. You need to be the oxpecker on the back of the rhino. It's about always around, but not intrusive, and value at the exact right moment.
Okay. So Nisar, what he was pointing out is getting to the right moment. Right? If you don't appear at the right moment in the minds of the people for whom this is a concern, right, we will lose them. Another wonderful instance is one of the mentors who was with NSSL earlier used to run this company called TVS Connect. TVS Connect, I think that's the name of the company, if I'm right. Okay, so he was one of those early guys in India who realized that tech support is a necessity in India. Okay. And invariably, let us say for television or computer or let us say internet related stuff in the late 1990s was difficult to find experts with some capability. So he realized that, okay, now they will not go and search everywhere, but let me begin starting doing this repeat story with them in some format. So my cost of customer acquisition on a repeat sale drops substantially. So what our man did was every time he went on there, he kind of took a small sticker with him. And that sticker he stuck on the telephone. Okay. So every time you are thinking about a problem about technology, you forget where this person was the last time. You have a recollection which is right there, which is about saying on the telephone, there's a number of this guy saying this is the service that we provide, name and the number. That's it. Right. You had landlines at that point in time, so you didn't need to worry about a mobile phone kind of a context. Right. But that is the key element that I'm trying to say. I mean, he pointed out to 4 things, right? You got to be always there, available. Your service has to not be a function of saying, I'll only do it in the morning, not in the evening sort of thing. You have to be available. You are non-intrusive. If you're trying to kind of saying, oh, do you need my service now? Which is like one of those pop-outs would come out on Windows, right? You had that crazy eyeball which would come out and say, oh, do you want to do this sort of a thing? It's annoying, right? you are adding value. Now we'll come back to understanding what this value is. I think you kind of tell me in your sense that it is about reducing the bias which is already inherent in the responses of whoever, whatever outcome is there. And the last one is in terms of exact right moment. So what I was talking about was just that exact right moment dimension of it. Now, there are two things that I want to understand about it, Nisarg. The first thing is, do you do this before they really give you an output or after there is an output from AI?
Yeah, before the generation of the output.
Right? So you are essentially a plugin into some system in some format. That's what you are trying to
Yeah, like
tell.
two-way plugin, even
Mhm.
before going to the LLM and after coming from the LLM. Like we have a
Okay.
two-path workflow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now one of the first things I really was pushing to is in coming back to saying get to the right people for whom this is a significant problem, right? If it is not critical enough, then it becomes an option. And second, when you're really taking it to these people, see if you can bundle it with what they are already having, right? If it's Perplexity that you're coming in with, see if you can partner with Perplexity and put it inside that solution that they're asking you to download, that app. I don't know if you're going to call it an app, but that essential search tool that they're really pushing in, you kind of get it in and say, okay, if this is the engine or the LLM that they are linking with, I kind of know the bias, I'll tweak it and push it in, right? But again, you want to probably see an avatar of who this person is, right? If it is very generic, then you are in a complete spectrum of it, right? So I would really push you to think about saying, where is it going to be fundamentally different? See, if your prof is really saying it, he's saying, yes, I wish this was there, right?
Correct.
If it's a judge, maybe it is kind of saying, I would probably like a better summarization tool, not necessarily a debiasing tool, right? So
Hmm.
the role of debiasing is slightly different from summarizing out there, right? So the value that you give is an accelerated accuracy. That's what I understood. And kind of one is an accelerated thing, but I think the other one was debias. So these are two values that I'm seeing in what you're trying to do. And that is going to be important in a specific context. I want you to really think about what that context is. Don't go with generic things. So I have this generic way of asking this question. I'm pretty sure one of your earlier sessions would have talked about it. And if I'm taking a slight detour, pull me back, Akshay. I think it'll be helpful. Okay. See, when we are seeing people outside, right? We are seeing them exhibiting a behavior, right? Now we don't see a customer behavior. Let's get it straight. We see a person using something, right? So we are observing that person as a user, not as a customer. It's just an use case, right? If we see somebody is consuming something, we call that person a consumer. The behavior is of consumption that is going on. And that person, we are using it in the context of that behavior of consumption. If we are talking about somebody as a buyer, we're looking at that person buying something, exhibiting the behavior of buying, right? We don't see somebody doing something around and call that person a customer. Okay. If I ask you what is a customer, you'll begin realizing that we don't have an answer. You'll either put me into a buyer who is also a user or buyer who is also a consumer. You'll try to make a mix up of it. That is because naturally there is no definition of consumer based on a behavior. It is an one level of abstraction above what we see people doing. Right? We see people using something, behaving about usage, behavior about consumption, behavior at buying, behavior on hearing, whatever it is. But in that context, we are not doing anything. The root word of customer comes from saying, I think there is a need for customization. It's my imagination that I put based on what is seen in the real world. It's one level above and saying, I think this person, if I do it like this, will like it. Right? And that's where your idea of a product or service comes out. Okay. So you have introduced a customization out there. Naturally, that person whom I want to say that will like this customization, I need a word for it. And that is who I will have to call as a customer. Okay. So naturally, we do not have customers on day one. What we have is some user behavior, somebody using something, consumer, buyer, or anything, just a user without paying or whatever it is, right? This is what we see. Now, when we come up with an idea of something like you have done, we have to ask this question of saying, yes, but who is the one who will like it, right? When will that person like it? And how would that person actually use it? Because this is the current behavior of usage. Those are essentially what I'm trying to point you to, okay? So we'll have to go back. I mean, the way I saw it is when I asked that question of saying, where would you use it? Is I'm not too convinced saying that will be a very pressing need. Right. I would ideally push you to saying pressing need identify karo. Then what happens? I'll give you another example. I think you will relate to this. On your mobile phone, we will have about 200 applications which are there by default, pre-installed. On a daily basis, there are about 10 of these 200 we are using. Right, which is about 5% of the apps. Some though will have 400 apps and will still be using around 10. Typically for ordering food, whatever it is, for traveling from point A to point B, maps, emails, that's it, right? Now those 195 apps which are sitting is where we are saying that it is a wasted utility in some sense. They're doing something, but they don't always come to our mind by default because that is not the user most pressing problem, most important problem. So in what you are trying to do, if you're solving a more important, necessary, urgent problem, they will pull it from you. You don't need to push it to them. Right? So with the same utility, what I want you to do now is see if you can identify where this is going to be very pressing. Okay? That's all I'm trying to push you to do because I'm not convinced. I mean, you may have to elaborate, but for the paucity of time, maybe we can skip it. Why this will be very pressing? So like I said, okay, I did the search and then need a citation check, right? Is going to be eliminated, but will your prof pay for it? For example, Zotero comes in with the default is more relevant and used than EndNote, right? Now both do very similar functions for a researcher, but we kind of prefer Zotero because it's free. OneNote, Evernote, well, it comes off a certain limit and then gets paid. OneNote, we'll have to pay for Microsoft solutions and then use it, right? So there are different behaviors and there are bypasses. So if you get into the trap of bypass, then you can be eliminated. Okay. So look at where you are going to be the more preferred person. The context where you will be most pressingly needed. That is your what I would call as a ideal customer profile. Okay. Now, ideal customer profile should not become an imagination of yours because already the word customer has a lot of imagination in it, right? So we want to go and saying, why is this ideal for me? It's ideal for me because that is where my value creation is the highest for that person. It's so high that they don't mind parting money with. Right? Otherwise, we are happy with free things in life. Right. So this is what I would want to push when I saw your template and your first question. This is what came to my mind. I kind of just told it to you, Rizar. It's not a judgment on you. Please don't take it any other way.
Definitely, sir. I have noted all the points that you have said. And yeah, thank you.
I think Prof had a question also. Sayan, I think you had a question.
Hi, sir. Hi, everyone. So, like the way you said that our first person or the individual who is using our product cannot be counted as a customer. He should be counted as a user. So in taking feedbacks from them or what is their need, how should we choose them?
No. Let me just first clarify. Okay. The very idea that you come, even not the first person to whom you have given your application, the very reason why an idea came to your mind. Maybe I was using ChatGPT. I find this bias coming in, just extending Nisarg's use case, right? He is now so frustrated with it that he says, are there solutions for it? He does not find solution for it, so he builds a solution for it. But what did he see? He saw himself as a user to begin with on day one, even before the idea came up, right? So the user is already existing. That is a reality. That people like me exist is an assumption. That people like me existing will need the solution is also an assumption. Okay. Then you go and implement and then you come up with your product. Then you have users for your product. Okay. Till then, that user was doing something else, not your product's usage, right? Doing something else.
Correct.
Okay. Now, Sayan, explain what you want to say.
Like this was the question. Like in our journey, we learned like taking feedback from the customer or the user. So I was a little bit confused. Like you told, like first 10 user will not be our customer, and it will come. The feedbacks might come through some biases or not. So how should we approach that feedback, and how should we implement this in our business? Like that was
See,
the.
I mean, I think there is a confusion in what I'm trying to tell. Let me explain it with an example first. Let us see if you get what I'm trying to tell, and then I'll clarify where I think you need to make that difference. Okay. Let's say you have a water bottle. Okay. Okay. I think we'll go with Steve Jobs example here instead of water bottle. Okay. Steve Jobs literally transformed multiple industries with iPod, iPad, and iPhone. Right. So we will kind of first begin with the first story. What did he do with the iPod? And why did iPod literally come up into being or existing? Did they have a product on day one? No.
Necessarily.
On the streets of California, Kubert, where their office was, let us say he was taking a break one afternoon, and suddenly in the parks and all those lawns out there in the streets, beside the streets, he's seeing young crowd, which is all hooked to music, doing this, lying down, enjoying the sun. Okay. Then he pays slightly closer attention to them. And he sees that they are listening to music. He then pays a bit more attention and sees that in their hands there are a few devices. Those devices were, let us say, a Walkman. Walkman into, I don't know if you remember cassettes. There are cassettes, music cassettes. You put those cassettes in. Or CD players, right? Small CD mans which came for a small time. You put that CD, you listen to them. Some people had MP3 players also, the flash memory ones, right? Now, this is what he's seen. He has not seen anybody carrying an iPod because iPod is not created yet. Right? Yes. So these users are users of other products, not even your product. But then he is beginning to think, saying, look, those people are loving music. They are struggling with using the MP3 players. That Walkman does not fit into your pocket. The CD player Walkman to chhodi do, bahut bada bani hai. Right? So he's now saying that, look, I think they may like an MP3 player more than CD player and Walkman. So he's made some assumptions there. Then he says, okay, MP3 player utha ke le aao, kisi ko bolenge, right, in his office. They get 2 or 3 MP3 players. Just as an assumption, I'm not saying this is what happened, right? He begins seeing them. And as he sees them, he'll see that, oh, there are some MP3 players with 16 buttons, some with 8 buttons, And then he picks one and says, okay, now let me try find a song. And he has a difficulty doing anything with that. Right? So he's beginning to say that, okay, there are issues of usage of this product. Right? Not just with Walkman and CD player, but also with MP3. They're clunky, it's difficult to handle, find a song, etc. Now I have an idea. We will build a very similar MP3 player, but it has to look very cute and nice. It will have only one button. And they should be able to increase and reduce the volume with your single thumb. They don't need multiple fingers working. Most importantly, it should fit into your pocket.
Yeah.
Now, what did you do? You saw users outside there. You created a persona of some sort, imagined persona. Now you have certain assumptions of what features, etc. will be needed. Look at everything that you picked up here, right?
Yeah.
All those things that you've learned in earlier classes, he's just making that. And then he says, let's go ahead and make this device.
Got it.
Then he, being the marketing guy that he is going to make a speech.
Yeah.
And then people are like, wow. Right?
Yes.
Great. Now he's made that device. After that device comes in, we'll have iPod users.
Users. Okay.
Not before that.
Before
that, users are of other things.
Yes.
Okay. Then he looks at a few other things and makes a business strategy around it. We are not even going there.
Yeah. Got it.
But it is important to understand that the specific feedback that you get on your product is after your product has gone out.
Yeah. That was
before that, what you see and that users, when you're getting in, it is feeding into your assumption world.
Okay. Yes, sir. Got it, sir. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Vivek from TrimeLab, want to go next?
Hello, sir. Good evening. Sorry, I'm traveling. There could be some noise from me. Yeah. So I'm trying to solve manual scavenging as a problem, sir. So to go very briefly, initially without understanding the root cause of the problem, I went as an engineer to solve it. Then after testing in real, the scavengers laughed at me. Then I did some research in depth. Then realized that the problem is not horizontal but vertical clocks. So I created a mechanism to test horizontal clocking to be removed. That did not go effectively. Then after living a day in their lives, I realized that in urban setting there is already a solution, but not very effective. So there is a definite scope for mechanization of that solution now, which is happening manually by the users. So I am convinced with the solution from validations from the users. But now a major doubt that I have is my customers are not my users. And secondly, once I'm ready with this mechanism, how do I penetrate this into market? Because my customer could be government.
Okay. See, first, you are not solving anything which can be done with a lean approach. Okay.
True.
For what you are trying to do, you need design thinking, and you are using parts of design thinking already. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the whole ideal thing for you is to get different stakeholders together and begin working with them. Do not try to do it alone.
Okay.
Okay. So this value proposition canvas is literally useless for you, frankly. Okay. So don't try to fit the value proposition canvas into what you're trying to do. It will not work.
Okay.
You need to have a lot of money. You need to have a lot of backing. Otherwise, you will lose fuel in building what you're trying to build. Okay.
Okay.
Because already you would have spent about a year and a lot of money in building your prototypes.
True.
Okay. So that will continue for a few more years.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, yeah. So it is not about selling to anybody, because even if you sell, the government will buy it. Nobody will use it. Okay. This is what will happen. So you have a different barrier to cross. The scavengers have to begin believing that they want a different lifestyle.
True.
They are not going to do things because you have given a device. Okay, so what I would want you to do is begin speaking with some people who are already working in this space. Identify a certain number of NGOs to whom you can go and partner with. These are two additional work which I want you to do. Okay.
Sure.
Not part of value proposition, not part of anything that we are discussing today, but that is absolutely important for you to get clarity on what you're trying to build.
Yeah.
Or essentially, how long will this marathon last? That's essentially what you are going to need as an answer. Okay, so the ideal thing is work with NGOs. They are more likely to help you with getting it implemented. But it's not just a product problem, it's a sociology problem. It's a psychology problem. Okay, that will not be solved with your product. You need a different kind of approach to do it.
Okay.
I'm not disappointing you with that, but I'm just trying to tell you that is the reality.
This is kind of this will reduce their effort, which they are already using. So this will make their work easier, and the complaints raised daily can be increased so that they can solve more.
You're thinking about them as saying they're just like other humans who want to earn a lot. So they will say, every day I need to do 3 locations. I will earn about 10,000 as this group. Okay, assuming 3.5K per location that they are making and distributing among themselves. At 5 o'clock in the evening, they'll get drunk and they want to go home and waste themselves in money. I mean, drink money and whatever they can. Okay, that's a different problem that you have to solve. Okay, it's not about becoming more efficient and doing more will generate more money. They have a lifestyle that they have set themselves to also. So you also require a change in their lifestyle to be able to adapt to your product.
Actually, that is exactly what's happening in the rural setting, sir. But in urban setting, a manual scavenger even has a Royal Enfield.
That is okay. That is okay. They having a Royal Enfield has nothing to do with their money.
They have found ways to earn more by working in government sector, doing private drainage clearance, and also now that they understand the location of the city better, they are also going and doing delivery after their 9 to 5 job.
Don't worry about it. They will find their ways, but you have and this person may not be the the reality of the large number who are there. Okay, so they'll also change with age, location.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it. What I'm saying is you have a marathon. You can't sprint.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Akshay, who next?
Ved, you want to go next?
Yeah, Ved.
Hello, sir. Good evening. I'll be sharing my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yeah, it is.
Hello, sir. So I would like to give you a little brief about Clutch Caps first. So it's a cap pooling software for IT professionals where we provide pin code to pin code cap pools for usually the working population of India or the IT department who usually prefer 9 to 5 or do 9 to 5 work. So basically what we do is we make predictable routes along fixed routes where people from a specific pin code traveling in and around the same time to their respective IT park to reach at at the right time without like having multiple delays or any kind of paying overpriced fares or having to change modes of transportation. So the benefits over here that we're trying to prove is predictable, affordable daily commute rides without surge pricing, as most IT professionals, when they travel to work, have to switch between multiple modes of transportation or look through different apps to get the best price on, commuting apps like Uber, Ola, or Rapido. And reducing travel stress basically by making it a single form of transportation and provide more comfort to each passenger by only grouping 3 people traveling from the same pin code to the same IT park or the same pin code and providing office drop off. And yeah, saving time through fixed pickup points and scheduled rides. So I would like to mention that we have an app working right now with a set number of customers. We have just halted down operations because I haven't actually got the company registered with, and which is an issue. But we've been doing this for about almost 6 months now, and this is in my area, which is Nizampet in Hyderabad. So my question over here that I have is, so we've been doing this for 6 months, and I have a lot of data from the customer side and the driver side on how to facilitate the rides better and how to understand each person a little better. And I wanted to know if whether right now, from what I've seen, having more of a marketplace where people can communicate between each other, like 2 passengers from the same location, they could make like a draft and post through the app where they would be traveling from this and this location together, and a driver or like a marketplace, anybody can see. So different areas have different demand. And to facilitate that, we've understood having cabs itself is not enough. So I would like to know what would you say about this?
It's not a story of saying um, I mean, see, one of the things that you say when you say I'm going to give you a cab is kind of you're saying a promised predictability,
Yes.
right? Now, if
Yeah.
you break it into a marketplace,
Yeah.
you're not promising that,
Yes.
right? You're essentially saying that, yeah, you're more likely to find somebody. I'm going to help you find somebody. The value proposition quickly changes,
Yes.
right? So, I don't know what you want to really contribute as a value into this system, right?
Yeah.
So, whatever system you're trying to build, you're telling me how it is working. You're
Yes.
not telling me how you're going to add value to what is already there,
Yes.
right?
So I would like to build a shared economy where people from different areas traveling to the same location on a daily basis or a regular basis, such as university students or IT professionals traveling to major IT parks, build a streamlined mode of transportation for them. Because most people who usually travel to these IT parks from Hyderabad, that's where I'm from, have to switch between multiple modes of transportation or keep constantly browsing through different apps such as Ola and Uber and picking the
I
best price
mean,
for
this
reasonable.
is where I'll break it down and
Yes.
say some same proposition, right?
Yes.
Okay, instead of saying that I will give you a specific solution, which is like saying you have to, I mean, if this is the problem, you have to
Yes, sir.
look through 5 different apps to get a specific price and mode, whatever, transport
Yes, sir.
or pool or whatever it is. I will make a super app which kind of gives you this in one shot. I do the background logic and give you some number.
Yes, sir.
One solution could be that. I'm not saying that is a solution. I'm saying one
Yes,
solution
sir.
could be that, right? Instead of that, why would this be a more efficient solution? I'm just thinking out aloud, right? Now, if you flip the problem to something else, which is like
Yes.
saying a convenient single continuous mode of transport, instead of making 3 hops in different modes of transport, maybe a bike and then a cab and then a bus or whatever, right?
Yes,
You
sir.
have a very different set of things you can think about. It's like a common pass that you can give,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Which works across different modes without having to worry about.
Yes, sir.
So, what is happening in this case is that you are trying to solve a super large problem which has multiple sub problems.
Yes, sir.
So, your solution is becoming large and bloated as a result.
Mhm.
Okay. And if you want to really build this, you need to continue to raise money constantly to be able to dominate the market. I'm just coming
Yes,
back
sir.
to the business side of it. Otherwise, this will
Mhm.
not work. Okay.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I mean, as a value proposition that you have filled in, I am not too sure your app will solve the problem. For example, you
Yes,
say,
sir.
you see this, right? Feeling of control over daily commute routine. That's very hard for me to say that I will promise this as a greater control, right?
Yes, sir.
So if you, for example, put a driver and run the cab, and there are three people who will be picked up from point A, point B, point C, what does control mean here? I don't want to stop for anyone,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Could be that. Or on the commute way, I want to stop for 5 minutes to make a shopping and come, right? So this element of the control begins disappearing, right?
Okay.
So this
Yes,
is
sir.
still, I mean, when I'm looking at it, one reason why it is taking this form is that you have a complex problem. You have
Yes,
the
sir.
problem having multiple sub problems that you're trying to say, oh, this is also getting fixed, this is also getting fixed. So this is like a retrospective fit of all the problems on what you're trying to do.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So what I would suggest is speak with the people who are already using your cab
Yes, sir.
service, right? And who came on board without you asking them to be coming on board. That is without much marketing effort,
Yes, sir.
right? If somebody told somebody else, look at that also. And hear carefully what are they promising each other. That is your real value proposition.
Yes, sir. I would like to add one thing over here. So, as you mentioned, new customers that I haven't reached out to and just came purely from word of mouth. So, we did actually have a cab that was running every day around 8:30 in the morning with three passengers. What happened over time was these three passengers were boarding at the same pickup point and getting dropped off at the same vicinity of the IT park. So, it became like a regular thing for them 5 days of the week. The major thing that they would have a lot of times when I've asked them was if you could make the app more communicative between people, because for the ride to function, it depends on four people, which would be the three passengers and the driver, so that the driver also wins in the situation and the passenger also pays less and also travels at the right time. So a lot of them asked for communication between each passenger and the driver, like having like a group chat for each ride that takes place would be like a great feature. I would like to know if that would that make it like a marketplace, or would that create
No, I
more
mean, what they're
issues?
really saying is, I need to figure out where this person is. I have an anxiety of
Yes.
not knowing what time that person will reach my destination. That's what they're really telling you. So one of the
Yes.
hack you could do is just share a live location of where this cab driver is
Yes.
for these people when they're about to get picked up, right? So that could
Uh,
be a test for you. So what happens is what they state and what they really mean will often be different. So you want
yes,
to
sir.
probably rethink about how they are really or what they're really telling you.
Yes, sir. I mean, we already provide the live tracking for the driver. This is between more of communicating between the other passengers. Let's say on one of the days, out of the three passengers, one of them doesn't show up, and another passenger takes their place. So
Mhm.
to communicate between the third passenger who they are not very familiar with or who's new, to check if they're on time at their respective pickup point. This is more of that, so not have any more extra delays.
Yeah, see, I think one
Uh,
of the things that happens is these people may be not sure about who that passenger is. So I'm looking
yes.
at purely from an anxiety perspective. I have a different idea of who this person is versus when they really turn up, I don't know, right? So it could be a profile that you share with these people to say that, look, I think this is the person. We have done the background verification. This is what is a certainty sort of a thing, right? Now, what I'm saying is you want to ensure whether they mean what they say or they are taking positions and not revealing what they really want to mean.
Mm,
Okay.
yes, sir.
So validate
Absolutely.
that.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I think that's about it, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much, Ved. Arjun, Sai, you want to go next?
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You are.
Yeah. Good evening, Bengal sir. And is my screen visible?
Now you are disappearing. I mean, your volume went away.
Is my screen visible, sir?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, actually, I'm from Autonomous Technologies, maybe the founder and CEO. I wanted to set up a brief context about what my startup all about is and what I am doing right now. Yeah, you can see this screen, right, sir? The PowerPoint. Yeah. Actually, the main persona which we are trying to solve is I'll be walking through this thing. She's Ria from Vizag. She's the face of 67% of the solo content creators in Type 2 India. And her background is what she'll be doing is she's a Telugu speaking travel blogging YouTuber who will be filming coastal villages and all those places over there, the historical things and all those things over there. Like she'll be filming those hidden temples and explain the histories and that kind of things. Like current workflow of her is she'll be juggling around filming, editing, and tapping with means like with friction the smartphones and borrowed drones. Like the struggle of her is she don't have any hands-free capture. She'll be capturing everything with a simple smartphone, and then she need to edit it completely by on her own. Like a 10-minute video, she's taking 8+ hours. And finally, the content is of history, right? It can be published in multiple languages, be it Kannada, be it Tamil, or else any language. She is lacking that the dubbing too. She's getting robotic kind of dubbing right now. And her dream right now is I want to feel free, just tell my story and trust my tools to capture, edit, and share my voice in every language. That's where our value proposition comes in. And what autonomous technologies is promising is Garuda One, the drone which listens to Ria's voice to fly, and then AI editor which edits the entire thing for her without even touching the video, and then sold up, preserving her laughter, tears, regional slang, dialects, all that thing, and getting the final output. So her next video feels as real as her journey. Like there's no friction in her journey. No need to do anything manually. Just by her voice, she'll be getting a video which can be uploaded in any of her things. Like the problem which I had mentioned, the first problem, the capture problem, and the editing complexity, and the dubbing deficiencies. And the solution which we are proposing is a drone along with an pin. Like this drone will be controlled over a mic simply by voice. Just hey drone, I'll be catching it in my hand. It will be here. Hey drone, fly, take off. Capture me from this angle, or else follow me from this angle. It will be doing it for us. And later on, the entire thing will be handled to the AI cloud, in where this cloud thing will be editing it completely. Like we'll be having two modes over there, human in the loop and as well as a fully automated thing. Fully automated thing will be editing it completely based on the overlays and the kind of themes which we are presetting. Or else the human in the loop mode, simply think it of an ChatGPT kind of interface in which we'll be sitting right next to the video editor and we'll be telling it do it like this, add intro here, or else remove background noise, like that. If we
Okay, what's your product really? You're selling me 3 products. What is happening is what is happening is you're trying to do a lot of these things. Tell me, what are you starting with?
Yeah, I had started with Sold Up. Actually, we are in the beta testing stage of this Sold Up. The simply emotion aware AI and intonations and this energy and prosody thing as well. We are preserving everything. The output will be like it'll be inputting an
okay.
video.
So have you built a small demo that you can show it to somebody?
Yeah, sure. I'll be present.
No, don't show it to me. Don't show it to me. What I want you to do is take it to this Ria of yours and ask her to use it.
Yeah, I did actually did that, and she was very excited about this Sold Up thing, and she is anticipating the entire ecosystem to get into her.
No. Ask her to begin using it.
Yeah, sure. I asked her.
Okay, see, the reason is when I hear your story, it looks beautiful. Okay, but each one of these is an entire product in yourself. It's not that it is difficult to build, but what is happening is that she is looking at your entire story, ecosystem, सब कुछ हो जाएगा automatically, मैं free हो जाऊंगी. That's not going to happen. Okay, so just as she does this, there'll be another problem that will be revealed. Okay, your problem as a innovator and entrepreneur is to get her to use and pay for the value.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So
got it,
if
got it.
that sold up is so valuable to her, right? So
Yeah, got it.
she should ideally have told, look, this is instead of you saying, Arjun spotted 3 issues, she, in your conversation with her, she says, Arjun, this is always a problem, without you telling her, is this a problem? If you say, is this a problem? She'll say yes. Why? Because she has nothing to lose if she says yes. Because after she says yes, it is Arjun's problem to solve it, not her problem to say it is. So ideally, when you made this flow, right, I would have wanted to see okay, I went and spoke with her. This is how her day begins. Don't try to make a story for me, but when I interviewed, this is what I heard. So you can play an audio, for example. Okay, I said, okay, I take about 20 minutes just planning preparing my drone to fly. Right? And then when the clear shots are coming, I'm trying to manage it and I lose the shot. She should begin telling you this. Then you say, okay, drone is the first thing I'll fix. Why? Because she's losing about 20 hours in that. 2 hours in that. When she is just capturing the raw footage. Right. Now she has so much of data which has already come, and your sold up promises to reduce that editing effort by whatever 50%, 80% time. Just ask her to use it and let us see if it actually does it. Okay.
Yeah.
When she begins using it and she says that yes, it is reducing to 2 hours from 8 hours, then you will also need to say pesa, 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 pesa.
Yeah,
Right?
got it.
If she says no, then there is no business.
Yeah.
Then it becomes your hobby project. That's where I'm saying, apply the brake, take that specific tool that you have developed, begin giving it in the hands of people. Let us listen to the feedbacks from them. Okay.
Yeah, actually, yes.
You can go
Yes,
to
sir.
the other
Actually,
two subsequently.
yeah,
Okay.
got it.
But first, get this into the hands of people because this is the one that you've already developed.
Yeah, sir. About the same, I wanted to make a point over there, and I wanted to clear my doubt as well. This older thing is there, right? Actually, we had onboarded 50 content creators to test it and give the early feedback in the beta phase. Like the feedback was really means like there was negative feedback as well as positive feedback. First of all, let me start with the negative things. Negative things was they're telling that it feels natural, it feels all good, but there's a kind of thing. It's sometimes the product is slowing up or else speeding up very fast, which is an engineering issue. We'll be solving it. That was one of the feedback for us. And another feedback is they're telling that it's too pricey kind of thing. Like we had rolled out in a pricing basis only to all these people, and they're complaining that it's too pricey. Can you reduce cost for us? Like that kind of things as well. And the positive side of this is they're telling that it's too realistic and we can't able to distinguish between either we speaking in that language or else AI did it for us. Like this kind of positive feedback too, we got it too.
Yeah, what I'm saying is they're saying, look, these are my issues, you fix it. Now it's a problem back again. Your fundamental problem is, bhai, मैं सब कुछ करूंगा, पैसा दो पहले.
Yeah.
Right? So if you have given X credits for them to use it and then they are renewing it, right, on their own, that'll give you an idea about if I give it to 20 people, maybe 2 people will survive and pay. And then you do your mathematical calculation and saying, does it make sense as a business? Right? So that these 2 people can really cover up most of my cost. Right? And do that early so that you don't over invest in this.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Okay.
Sure.
See, one of the things you need to do is don't try to create anything else before you fix this. Second, ensure they are paying. 3, everybody uses. Okay. So give it as credit, but they need to recharge after whatever. If you give them 50 credits, let them use it and see. Then let them buy the next 500, whatever.
Sure, sir.
Try it out.
Sure. Yeah, sure,
Okay.
sir. I'll be
So
trying it out.
from whatever they said, they have not committed to making any payment, which is a danger signal for me. Okay. If they are realizing the value, I mean, one of the other things that may be happening here is that these may be small time bloggers, right? Go to somebody who has a slightly larger size and see if it is valuable for them, right? You have to do a customer discovery by moving up the value chain. So these people may be putting out about one blog every 15 days. Somebody else will do it like 20 every day, right? So they're on a spectrum. So you want to find for whom will this product be useful also. So before you go there, that is the experiment that I really want you to see. Somebody will say, yeah, this is useful. So from what they have told you, no, go back and see how many blogs they release every day.
Yes.
Okay, where their follower groups are. And then you kind of create your profile, ideal customer profile, looking back.
Sure, sir. I'll follow your thoughts.
Yeah. Okay. We'll go to the next one.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Animesh, you want to go next?
Hello. Yes.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Just a second. It's not open. Just a second. Ranjan, can you present it?
Is it visible? I presented. Is it visible?
Yeah.
Okay. So, sir, good evening, sir. We are from Hynix, and I'd like to give a brief overview of Hynix. We are developing a made in India hydrogen refueling system. So, ours is a deep tech startup, and we are trying to bring about the hydrogen revolution in India. There are a few policies which have been implemented. There are a few companies working on hydrogen vehicles and all. And so we are trying to get ahead of the curve by bringing our own systems, because currently the systems which are in India are imported and they are very costly for a customer. For any customer, it's a very costly affair. So actually, we just wanted to ask, we are facing the problem of that being a deep tech startup, we have talked with a few investors and they are all of the same mind that we should look for government grants first. But they have also applied for government grants and they are a very lengthy process. It's like 6 months, 8 months process. And like our ideation stage is done, we have a rough idea. We just need to like physically manifest it. So I just wanted to know like how can we go about that, because currently we are in a third year of a degree and like we only have a year left and it takes around 6 to 8 months for the grant to come, and like it's a very risky startup as well. So we just wanted your opinion on how we can
See, I think let me see if I understood what you're trying to do. So you are trying to create manufacturing tools for other people. Is that what you're trying to do?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What kind of tools are you doing?
So it's basically like a refueling system. It's basically a type of a petrol pump for hydrogen, vehicles.
What system did you say?
A petrol pump, basically a petrol pump.
So you're building a hydrogen cell. Is that what you're doing?
Yes, sir. We'll be refueling hydrogen cells.
Okay. So, and what is this, all this stuff that you put in terms of saying high uptime? What are you really promising? You're saying that solution of your hydrogen cell.
Yeah. So currently there are a few hydrogen dispensers in India which are imported from countries like Korea, Germany and all. So if in case the breakdown, which happens sometimes, so there is a long downtime because you need to like call the engineers from South Korea or Germany, because it's not made in India. It's not easy to operate for an Indian or understand for an Indian. So our benefit is we're giving a high uptime through easy local maintenance. It's being made in India. Our engineers would be in India, so you can call them. They would reach you by, let's say, at max 12 hours, 14 hours, depending on your location.
Okay. Let me ask another question. Can you kind of make that repair on their system? You make a repair on their system. Is that possible?
Yes, sir. Like we have plans. If the system breaks down, we would be sending a engineer from our side.
No, not yours, their system. The South
Actually,
Korean
sir,
or
No,
their systems are already logged in,
so
so
prices
it is not
do
possible
not
for us
match.
to get it repaired.
okay.
Right.
So this is where I have a thought. Just see if you can actually deal or do it. Okay. So one of the first elements that you can do is go to these companies which are already using these kinds of solutions. Ask them what is the approximate downtime that they face and what's the monetary value from that. First exercise. Okay. So if you have about 20 of these installations, call them up, figure that number. I'm just putting a number 20. But if you have the entire list, wonderful. Okay. Now, what you are saying is, look, we are these, you're putting a reputation at stake, which is like saying, we have these professors on board, we have these, we have created a legal entity, etc. And you have so much of downtime. We are working on a solution which we can actually do, because once this is implemented, this will be useful for you. Can you give us a seed investment of sorts? That's one way of thinking about it. Okay. So you're essentially asking the potential consumers, customers, buyers, users of your solution to say, why don't you invest in my company? That is one way of thinking about raising money till the grant comes. Okay.
Yes.
Now, the grant that you have applied, if that says that before this you should not have raised any money, then you have a different problem to solve.
No, sir. It's not like that. There are a few small grants, but they do not pose much problem. The larger grants
Okay.
don't pose much problem.
Okay.
Actually, our issue is not that there is a huge downtime currently. The issue is the market is its infancy stage. Like the hydrogen
That
market is just
that
started.
is true. But if you are not in the game, what is the use of saying it is matured or infant?
It's in the infancy stage. So all the investors are currently they have
No, you are
doubts
not building
about
it
the
for
upcoming
investors.
market.
First, understand that. You are not building it for investors. You are building it for the customers.
Yes, sir.
Right? So the investors will always say this is risky.
Yes,
Right? Now, what I'm saying, don't go to the investors. I'm saying go to the users, customers of this solution. उनको पता है भाई मैं इसको यूज कर रहा हूं और इसमें इतना डाउन टाइम है, इससे मेरा इतना लॉस हो रहा है. उनके दिमाग में the effectiveness of this solution is already existing. They may be looking for an Indian alternative. Yes or no?
yes, sir.
That is what you are trying to validate first. If the customers put in money and say that I need your solution built, please do it, then you are on a much stronger footing to go and negotiate with the investors also. Investors are the people who will put in money and want money back. Customers are the people who will put in money and want what back? Your product back.
Yes,
So what are they betting on?
the
You
product.
really building the product for them. Understood the difference, right?
Yes, sir.
So that is a much stronger validation, which is why I wanted you to do this exercise with customers. Okay.
Yes, we have talked with a few, and they themselves have told us these issues.
What did they tell?
Excuse me, sir.
What did they tell?
These issues that it's very costly to implement, first of all, and if it break, there are a few plants which have
So
been operating for three,
so
4 years.
now you are using the same thing and telling back to them, sir, thank you for the wonderful insight. We would like to solve this problem for you. Can you make this amount of money available for us to be able to build this? That's all you are asking.
Yes,
And these industries, if they have a lot of money already, right, they will not mind putting a small change across to you. Unke liye, if they are doing 50 crores, 50 lakhs is not a big amount for them. It's 0.1% of their whole thing, right? So if you go to 20 of them, just imagine 50 lakhs into 20. What have you earned? About 10 CR of initial grant for yourself. You see what I was pointing to, right? You're validating not just the value that it will create for those people, but at the same time resolve your initial capital challenge. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Priyanjan. You can stop sharing. Prof, we can take questions from here. Though whoever wants to ask question, please like raise a virtual hand, and Prof will take the questions. Yeah, Vishal.
Yes. We are Prism, a company that generally deals with roads. So our system is there to
ROAD
predict.
road?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ROAD roads. So our system is what it does is it will detect any road damages and predict if any road damage is about to happen using some fundamental core technologies as well as AI included in it. So currently, we were looking to pilot ourselves since we have done a early validation from Australia, uh, Department of Transport and Planning, and we met with a few of the representatives from there, and they were very interested in the product. But they were also recommending that if we could do a pilot over here in India and then get back to them with some results so that it will be helpful for them as well. So, can you recommend any ways that you could help, make a way for us to ask any
I think
government
it was your
authorities? Yeah.
selection panel. I think I had made one of the points, right? Look for closed, what do you say, communities. That is one place where you could actually try it out before.
Yes,
That
sir.
was my recommendation during your selection panel, if I'm right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We've started with a community, but they were also interested if we could, access public roads where there is a certain amount of traffic, plus it's under a administration of a government of some
Yeah.
sort.
What is the price that you told them?
So price in the sense, the amount of money that we need to spend
They need to give it to you.
for conducting such an experiment. So we didn't have any correct figures with us, but we said approximately we would need about 10 to 15 lakhs INR to complete the process.
Okay, so there is one way in which you can do it. So some of these
Yes.
grants which come from the DST, just figure out which one of the grants may be applicable to do that. Okay. The second thing, I think, look for some industrial, what do you say, an area which is under a industrial context. As a group of companies, they may have a grant which is already available or an amount that they can actually sponsor. So, for example, um, there is this Electronic City Industries Association of sorts. Okay.
Yes.
So go and speak with them and say, this is what I would like to do. And this is what we have made as a progress. This is a letter of intent. Did the Australian people give you a letter of intent or an interest?
Okay.
Have they given it to you?
No, currently no. They've just given their opinion on a meeting with us. Since it's
So
a
if they can give you
government,
any written document as such, saying that we would like to consider if you do this, that will be
Okay.
even more helpful for you to build your credibility. Okay.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So then take it along with you. Take whatever IP related certificates or whatever that you have gotten. I mean, maybe a patent which has been granted or an application which is already in, etc. Go and seek solutions with these industry bodies. Like I said, Electronic City Industries Association is one of them.
Okay.
They take care of the roads, etc., in Electronic City in Bangalore. Similarly, there will be other associations which are there, and tell them that, look, this is what we want to do. This is what is the use of this stuff, and this is how much it will cost. We are doing this, and this is the duration within which you will be able to see these things as a result. Second, I want them to see what is going to be their tangible outcome. What I mean by that is, if you
Okay.
implement this, it means that in so much time, this much will be the saving. Okay. So
Right.
by partnering or using your service, the savings will happen in this manner. That should be a part of your pitch. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Otherwise, it will become difficult for them to see whether this is worth pushing or not. So you can make some simulated models and tell them that this is what we have done. This is approximately the cost that will be incurred, and this is the benefit.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. Swayam, you want to go next?
Yes, sir. So actually, I'm working on a customized online-only jewelry brand, which will produce on-demand jewelry, and the customers co-design their pieces with us, and they receive a 3D printed physical prototype to approve the production before the payment is made. And during our initial interaction with the potential customers, as we can say, they mentioned we asked them that as to why they hesitate from buying jewelry online. Uh, and they say that they can't see or feel the piece before buying, or they are uncertain about the fit and weight, or they fear that there might not be any recourse if expectations are met. And they also struggle with the thing that generic inventory in the stores, majority of the time, it doesn't reflect that what they want. And it also happened that out of 76 potential customers that we had a conversation with, 60%, nearly 60% said that they wanted customized pieces, but the stores uh, didn't, they offered customization, but up to a level. And we also then visited some of jewelry stores. Around 12 jewelry stores we visited. And out of those 12 stores, 9 stores said that they actually dismissed that full customization is required, saying that their inventory is so huge that it is enough. But the customers that we talked to, they had a different opinion. And when we also talked to them that what will make you buy jewelry online, apart from all these issues that they said, one is that we will like consider buying online if we have if someone offers a more competitive pricing. So I just wanted to know that whether offering a competitive pricing will actually like be a strong hook in fine jewelry, or does it risk diluting the trust and premium intent of us?
I mean, see, first, I kind of have my suspicions because these customers of yours are not really telling you what it is that they are going to behave. Okay. They're just saying what they wish.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you are asking me to trust on what they say versus what they are behaving as, I would go with what they are behaving rather than what they are really
Same.
saying. Right.
Yeah.
So, what kind of jewelry do you really deal with?
Just initially just rings, engagement or like day-to-day rings along with engagement rings.
This is gold,
Yeah,
platinum,
gold, gemstones, diamonds.
and not imitation jewelry, right?
No.
Okay. The behavior of these probably is standardized, which is why you are probably not getting a very clear what do you say
Responses.
response from the customers, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's a so the customization value is kind of true for some people,
Yeah, okay.
not everybody,
Yeah.
right? So who are these some people is something that you can figure out. What I mean by that is there will be probably a high paying capability of that customer and
Yeah.
go for occasion. Okay.
Mm.
So what I'm saying is, look, पानी का bottle जो है वो 10 रुपए में मिलता है.
Mm.
Okay, half a liter, you drink it, and the minute somebody has opened it and give you the same 10 rupees and ask you how much will you pay, you will say zero.
Yeah.
But let us say you are on the top of the hill on a trek, you're exhausted completely, you have all the money in the world, but there is only about 50 ml or less than 50 ml of water, somebody's already drunken it, and they say that I'll give it to you only if you pay 1 million rupees, and you're on the verge of collapsing there, you will not mind giving that.
Yeah.
Right? So, वो difference है value का. Right? So don't try to do it for everybody. Go to
Yeah.
those people for whom it is most valuable at that point in time.
Yeah.
मतलब है कि those people who are spending on these destination weddings with a lot of planning and all that,
Yeah.
partner with those people and see if this customization really adds value to them in their service. उनके ही ज्वेलर्स होंगे और वो अपने ज्वेलर्स के साथ वैसे भी काम कर रहे होंगे. What you're doing is just getting yourself in saying we'll do this kind of intermittent phase where we are allowing them to customize. We'll
Yeah.
allow them to do it in 3D and we'll pass it on everything to this per use. This is what will happen. Right? So that's how you can try it out and see if it works.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Got it.
Hello, sir.
Hmm.
Can I ask? I have some couple of questions. I will quickly ask.
Go ahead.
Hello, sir. I am Pulkit from Celestial. Actually, Celestial is known for natural gemstone jewelry and spiritual accessories. And we saw a problem in market, this is very unorganized market, and I have seen there are sellers, they sells fake gemstones and these spiritual accessories. And right now we have achieved a revenue of 1.5 lakh as far, and we have more than 100 customers from our pop-up stores. So, in starting, we were thinking we should focus on lifestyle, not on astrological perspective. But when we went to market and actually talking to customers, they were asking, what are the benefits of this product? What is the purpose of these gemstones and all? So our mindset really shifted to that. But right now, I am facing problem. How can I build a community that will trust our brand, and how we can create it as an online brand, not only offline? Because in starting, we are validating our idea, whether people are really paying us or not, or we are making one more hypothesis that natural gemstone jewelry will work. So, my main question is how we can make a community for our brand, and second one is how we can do online branding for our brand. So that's my.
I think a lot of this would require somebody who comes from a marketing background to be able to help you with the branding side of things. Okay, यानी हर चीज जो देते हो in the hands of your customers, there has to be a aesthetic feel in terms of packaging, in terms of whatever. Now, in your pop-up store, once I buy, you want it to make it easy for me to buy the second one online. Right? तो कुछ तो देना पड़ेगा जिससे उनका behavior online की तरफ जाए. Right? So you can have a loop which creates, it could be a QR code that you are using for them to go to the website and explore a larger collection or whatever. You can introduce the small collection every whatever festive event and things like that, where people can say कि तुम्हारे narrative में तुम कहानी बता रहे हो कि इस occasion पे ये gemstones पहनना इस राशि के लिए क्यों important है.
Yes, right.
Right? So you are playing at the cusp of marketing, storytelling, and a good customer experience.
Okay, that we are already doing, sir. We provide some cards and coupons to every customer, so that if they can buy from website, they will get 250 rupees off and somewhat like that. So my core.
तो वो ऊपर जाते हैं.
What?
जाके खरीदते हैं online.
Online, we have around 1 to 2 customers per week. We are getting organically.
Out of how many people? No, not organic.
From them, no one, not yet. किसी ने भी नहीं
So
खरीदा अब तक.
you'll have to figure out. It may be because they were only looking for one item and they have forgotten about it.
Okay.
Right? So मैं कभी खरीदा और उसको ही यूज कर रहा हूँ, अभी नया खरीद के क्या फायदा?
Okay. So
what gets them to say that मुझे नया चाहिए?
Right.
You'll need permission for them. I mean, permission to send something to them लेट अस से एवरी फेस्टिव इवेंट और व्हाटएवर, तो उनको वारंटी दो, वारंटी के लिए नंबर लेने दो, right? And then you will have some marketing content that goes back to them
Okay.
every festive, saying this is a new collection which has come in, and your storytelling continues. Let us see if it works there. जैसे मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि ये सब कुछ हाइपोथेसिस है, आई एम नॉट सेइंग आई नो द फ्यूचर, राइट? आई एम जस्ट सेइंग दैट ये टूल्स हैं, यूज करो, देखते हैं क्या होता है.
Okay, hit and trial method it is.
हिट एंड ट्रायल मेथड,
हाँ.
बट विद एबिलिटी टू ट्रैक की एक्सपेरिमेंट करके ये मेट्रिक्स आ रहे हैं.
Okay.
ये काम नहीं कर रहा है तो मेट्रिक्स को देके बोल सकता हूँ कि इसको ड्रॉप करते हैं, कुछ और करते हैं. इट्स नॉट जस्ट अ रैंडम स्प्रे एंड प्रे. इट इज अबाउट मोर इंटेलिजेंट डिजाइन ऑफ सेइंग इसको मैंने ट्राई किया, ऐसे ऐसे किया, इसको चेंज किया तो ये हो रहा है. सो समटाइम्स इट इज जस्ट द चेंज ऑफ द कलर ऑफ योर बॉक्स. देयर इज समथिंग दैट मेक्स देम कीप इट विद देम ऑल द टाइम. मे बी बॉक्स में यूनिक डिजाइन्स हैं, या फिर ओपन करो तो कोई सॉन्ग आ रहा है भगवान का, whatever, I don't know what works, right? So you are saying there is a challenge, and I'm saying that whatever it takes for you to fix it, you want to figure it out, saying experiment करके ये items मुझे देखने हैं.
Okay.
Right? These metrics I will see and then make a call कि मुझे change करना है कि नहीं करना है.
And sir, what about like social media marketing and all? As of now, like that is the engine for our brand. And as of now, we have buggies like already. So right now we don't have like much resources so that we can like use.
Yeah, so why do you want to do it? I mean, if all the ads that you're putting on social media are leading to no sale, then it does not make sense for you to continue it. इसीलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि मेट्रिक्स बनाओ और मेट्रिक्स पे मेजर करो.
Okay.
Right? You spent on ad so much to get this thing, but this is the conversion rate. It does not seem to justify. If I tried this, this worked better.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
My name is Aryan. Actually, I'm a co-founder of Kurku. So in Maharashtra, basically, there is one region called Melghat. There some tribal community live called Kurku. Actually, the problem was they have very great traditional knowledge. Okay, to grow some organic or forest-based product. But the problem was they can't able to get a proper market. And in MP side, what people comes and take their all raw material in very half of the price. So we came into that place, understood that whole problem, and think like let's make a brand from their name actually called Korkuat. But I just don't want to say like okay, by creating an illusion of emotions and everything, and then consumer will buy my product. I should always give them some value addition. So we innovate a cyan honey, the honey that is blue in color and has a higher antioxidant than normal honey. We did some MVP. We do some market research. We went to the consumers who was purchasing our product. The first thing what we do is right now I'm living in the small village in Maharashtra. From my nearby tier 2 cities is around 150 kilometers. I figure out there is one shop called Leafy Roots. I just put my 10 products that blue honey into that store, and I just want to know that what will be the consumer reaction and what will be the consumer persona. So I figure out, okay, the consumer really wanted to buy this kind of product, but they don't have this kind of the product in Indian market. Second problem is I figure out that how to make a right funnel to the consumer. Okay, we are blending a traditional knowledge with the modern science and give you this kind of the product to my consumer. So sometimes I am very confused. What should I portray first? A social impact or the science packed thing? That is my question, sir.
I don't think so. It has to be about science-backed thing or social. I mean, social तो करना ही पड़ेगा. It's your value that you have begun the entire thing with. अभी अपने इनकम का 50% दे रहे हो, 40% दे रहे हो, वो चॉइस कोई नहीं पूछेगा. To the producers of this honey. ठीक है? Now, what does your customer really want? They need 2 or 3 things. Let us say there is a scientific validation कि ये अच्छा है, right? So you want to do all the certifications FSSAI का,
Right.
Maybe if you want to export FDA ka, right? So everything that you're trying to do comes in here. Second, what is your क्या बोलते हो इन्वेंट्री का ड्यूरेशन क्या है, राइट? दिस इज व्हेन इट गेट्स इनटू द स्टोरी ऑफ सेइंग बिजनेस का साइकिल क्या है और इसको कितने बार मैं कर सकता हूँ. आई मीन हाउ मेनी टाइम्स कैन आई साइकिल दिस अप, right? The larger the number of cycles, the more the number of feedbacks you will receive, right? So if you say that somebody who took, I think you told about experimenting it in a tier 2 city which is close by. So how quickly did that person come back? Did he come back after a year? After 6 months? Did you change the packaging and see? Did the people really buy it in a larger size in India? Because it was probably cheaper. If I do this as a sample thing in, let us say, Mumbai, who will be my distributor there? What is the capacity I can procure from here? Will I be the only one who is procuring from here? Is there a way in which I can protect this? Is there an agreement which is kind of giving me additional rights of saying मैं इसको कर सकता हूँ बाकी लोगों के बदले, right? So these are questions that you need to kind of detail it out. So what I'm saying is the social impact तुम्हें करना है, तुम्हारे वेंचर का गोल है. Science based quality control etc. is something that the customer definitely expects, right? How do I make it more attractive? यानी 100 रुपये के बदले में उसको 200 में बेच सकता हूँ या नहीं? This is something that you can think about by creating a narrative, which is what you're also saying. मुझे इमोशनल नहीं करना है. इमोशनल बे के मैं अगर 50 रुपया ज्यादा दे दूं तो उनको अगर तुम ज्यादा दे रहे हो, then I'm saying why not? I mean, I'm saying it's a question of your value, but I'm saying why not charge slightly higher if that person who is taking the honey is willing to pay, right? And as a function of it, you are benefiting this community as well, right? And then this is a generic thing. I mean, beyond what kind of Q&A we had, like saying एक प्रोडक्ट से क्या बनाओगे तुम? Question mark. I'm leaving it you with that thought. You should not become a one product company.
No.
No,
Actually,
I don't want your answer. Chill.
Okay, got
Just
it.
leaving you with that.
Got my answers actually. Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
I'm Harshweta Mitra from Georix AI. So I'll introduce my company in one liner. Georix AI is an intelligent legal research and drafting platform built to turn hours of legal work into minutes without compromising the accuracy. So we offer many features such as case management, case research, legal drafting, and creating contracts using legal templates. So basically making available everything on one platform. My question to you, sir, is that we see there are multiple pains in the profession of law. I come from the same background as well. What lawyers do is like give more time to research, cross checking, hearing and tracking, cause list tracking. So, sir, how do we choose which job deserves an MVP focus more?
See, when you're asking this, you're essentially saying, how do I prioritize the X number of problems that somebody who is my user does? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, see, there is an intensity of each problem that is there, right? Just give me a minute. Let me see if this slide may have something in that. Okay, you can create something which is called an intensity scale. Okay, this is a scale that you kind of do. The problem with most startups is that they are trying to solve what is this for? Just a minute. Huh?
Sure, sir.
Okay. Is that we are kind of solving something that is not so crucial and we end up building features for those. Okay. So the way you can actually sense whether this will happen or not is by carefully listening to what the customer is saying.
Right, sir.
So they're actively looking at a solution and do not mind changing their behavior. That will be rated around 8 to 9. Okay.
Okay, sir.
If it is between saying, I wish I wanted a solution for this, kind of it wasn't a problem, but I'll not change the behavior sort of a thing, then it is in the intermittent range. Okay. And then the last category is saying it's annoying, but I think I'll bear with it.
Right.
When you look at the behavior and you're putting it on a rank, if you're solving anything in this range, which is in this
8
range,
to 10.
you're really on something, right? I mean, this kind of comes back to everybody's questions also, but
Right,
I
sir.
think we kind of had the best point to discuss it now, right? So, so this is where you want to think about it. I'll just give you an example of another cohort which had this thing of saying, okay, we are building an AI camera for factory safety sort of a thing, right? So if there is a case of accidents on the shop floor, it's high intensity, right? It means that there'll be a legal liability, reputation loss, insurance costs that will come in. And therefore, I don't mind changing the behavior by introducing a camera and monitoring it or helping me detect that. At the same time, if it is about cleaning the floor, it will be very different. Now, this is at a point where it is just a manufacturing setup, right?
Right.
If I change this to warehouse, this messy floor becomes a huge problem. It moves up in the criteria. Okay.
Right.
So this is where you want to understand the context of where and when the problem that you're trying to solve arises and appropriately put it up. So when you're saying there is this sort of solutions we can generate, are there a classification of cases where this becomes very important and therefore carries intensity of 8 to 10? But if the same thing happens to be 2 in another set of or classification of cases. A domestic violence case, for example, may have a different classification versus if it is, let us say, an accident which is minor, right? So based on this, you will be able to probably think about saying, how do I prioritize?
Right. Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Sir,
Probably just
I'm
Ashutosh, sorry to interrupt. I think we have run out of time, but just one question if you can take and probably then wrap up.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. I'm Ashutosh Tripathi, founder of Carter. What we are building is we are making an mobile application for logistics where we are creating a complete green ecosystem. By green ecosystem, I want to say that we are indulging EV fleets for the transportation and everything. Another thing is we are also including green credit system. But here my question is actually I tried interviewing both the consumers and both the partners, delivery partners. Their I talked to them. Their point of view is they want the thing cheaper. Like when I talk to the users or the customers, they are saying if we will get the amount at 30-40% lesser than the porter or uncle delivery or such big players in the market, we will definitely be with you. Same thing for the partner also. They are also saying that if commission cut by the platform is very less, we can join you. So uh, what I am facing a problem is that we are being compared with porter and uncle delivery. Still, we are a little bit different as we are using complete EV fleet and using green credit system for the phase one. In phase two, we are also going to increase like solar charging parks, something sort of that thing. So my question is that only that how to
क्या
cater
करें?
that problem. Yes, sir.
वो तुम्हारे मुंह पे बोल रहे हैं कि भाई मुझे ईवी से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा है,
Mhm.
तो वो बोल रहे हैं कि भाई मुझे चीप पे दो, मैं उसी का
Mhm.
right.
Yes,
Literally,
sir.
that's what they're saying. They're saying that I do not care about all this green thing that you're telling me.
Green credits, yeah.
Right. So one of the things that you could do is instead of trying to create your own fleet, try to give a managed solution to other fleet owners.
Okay.
और जो तुम इनसे क्रेडिट वगैरह जो मेजर कर रहे हो, यानी ईवी का जो फ्लीट है वो, जस्ट एज एन एग्जांपल ऑफ इलस्ट्रेटिंग इट, गिव इट टू पोर्टर. Okay, if you had about 20 of these EV things, give it to porter, and you are doing the same stuff. Okay, it will be run by their people, it will be handled by their people, but the carbon credits that you kind of are saying they are earning by using EV, you are saying we will ensure that it is traded somewhere and there is some money made on your behalf.
Yes, sir.
We will charge a fee and give it to you. Okay, solution कंज्यूमर के एंड से अगर सर्विस का कंज्यूमर जो है, पीपल लाइक यू एंड मी, तो वो इसको वैल्यू नहीं कर रहा है, बट उसको अगर फ्लूट हु इज ऑलरेडी रनिंग द फ्लीट उसको दे रहे हो with whatever agreements with the producers, etc., manufacturers of EVs that you may have, you are essentially promising कि मैं इसको यूज करके आपको थोड़ा पैसा दूंगा at a subsidized rate because I am going to earn from these carbon credits. If you want me to kind of take the whole thing of carbon credits, I will do that. But you use my EVs. This is one way in which you can flip the model. So what you did, instead of trying to sell it to the consumers, you can think about it as saying existing fleet owners could be your potential customer group.
Customers, yeah. Okay. But sir, the same thing. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. Prof, we can probably end this with any final comments or remarks from you.
No comments. I mean, each venture is different, and I'm pretty sure that they'll figure their way out. Yeah, I mean, feel free to reach to NSRCell if you have any questions. What else can I say? Yeah, okay.
Okay, thank you so much, Prof. Thank you for your time.
Take care. Bye.
Thank you so much, founders. Thank you for your time and thank you for joining. We'll upload this on Accubate. You can review it. I'll share the schedule for the reviews by tomorrow and probably share the calendar invites as well for 6th and 7th. I'll be reachable, but I'll not be available from 25th to 4th. So if you have any urgent requests, you can text me, but try not to. So yeah, okay. Happy holidays, guys, and a happy new year to you.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Bye.
Happy New Year, guys. Happy New Year.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.